what does not change and what has not changed in 30 years? And that's the story of the case, the cumulative story of the case, the 4 pillars of personal injury case management, the mechanism of injury, the signs, the symptoms, the physical examination findings, the diagnostic tests, the therapeutic protocol, the response to treatment, and all of that based on the 3 phases of healing. None of that has changed. And it won't change because that's what supports the case, either supports it or doesn't support it. Either you have it or you don't. And that's why one of the things I've often said, many people have heard me say, I've never lost a case when I went to court for a patient. And it's not for a patient, it's to give the information. But I never lost a court and never lost a case. And there was one reason why. I told the attorney that was running the case whether or not to go to court. I told him. He didn't tell me. I said, I have all of these factors to support the case. I recommend if you want to go to court, go to court. But I also told him, these are all the factors we don't have. They're not here. You're going to have a much weaker case. I don't recommend you go to court. And I educated my attorneys. And that's what the attorney based it on, was my opinion, not his. And it was my education, not his. Because I knew what I could and could not support in that case. And it's called the story. It's the accumulation of these factors. And so when I had these factors, I said, I got you. You've got it. Do what you want. I have you covered. I have all of these categories covered and documented, and I can explain them. If you want to go to court, go to court. That's exactly what happened. Any other, so one of the things I just want to also say about that is you can't keep panicking. You can't keep jumping around, from one thing to another. It's the story. It's understanding how to put the whole story together. So no matter what they say or do, you have, and we talk about this often, whether I talked about pre-existing, how to handle pre-existing, whether I talked about a low-impact injury, how to handle a low-impact injury. And then, of course, all the subjective and objective findings. And it's the whole case, how to be able to put that whole thing together to draw a common sense conclusion to a jury that, yeah, this more or less likely caused this problem, and this is how it's going to affect this person's life the rest of their life. That's called personal injury. It's not one incidental thing.